June, Jesus unlocks new experiences. A 30-day experience with the greatest person ever.
So through all of time, man has tried his very best to become at peace with God. And he's tried methods, morals, he's tried motivation and different messages. But one of the things that Jesus does is that Jesus bridges the gap between us and God. So think about it, when you lift up your eyes and look at the skies, they seem so far away, and in a manner of speaking, that's like the distance between man and God. The ladders of our efforts can get us there. The lifts of our own personal insistence cannot bridge that gap. But we need a bridge similar to this kind of bridge I'm standing on today that connects me from that portion of land to this portion of land. Maybe you feel so disconnected from God right now. You feel so far away, lost, alone, forlorn, and all you're conscious of is your inadequacy, your personal sense of insufficiency. The truth of the matter is, as long as you're human, you will always have one kind of shortcoming or the other. You might have heard the story of a man called Zacchaeus. Now, Zacchaeus was a very little man. The account makes it very clear that he was a short man. And you know what? For many years in my life, for a long time in my life, I could identify with that. I was oftentimes the shortest person in my classroom in primary school. And I was so short, even short people would call me short and ask me questions like, so when are you going to pay your developmental levy? So I know what it feels like to be short physically. And you might know what it feels like to be short in your walk with God, to be short in your sense of fulfillment, to be short in your sense of spiritual aliveness, to be short of funds, to be short of opportunities, to run short. The good thing is that when we come into Christ, He becomes our bridge. He becomes our mediator, our intercessor, our go-between, the one who fills the gaps, the cracks, and the crevices in our lives. And how does this work? This doesn't work through manipulation and through stressing and stretching yourself. This is all about you having faith in Christ. And so one of those days when Jesus was walking by in the city, Zacchaeus tried to see Jesus. So he latched onto a tree, trying to heighten himself with all kinds of natural methods. But he still couldn't see Jesus, but Jesus saw him. Jesus saw his inadequacy, his insufficiency, but he also saw the potential and the power that Zacchaeus had but hadn't tapped into. And whilst Zacchaeus was just hoping for a glimpse of grace, Jesus gives him a gush of glory. Jesus says, Zacchaeus, I see you right where you are. I see you with your sense of inadequacy, but guess what? I'm going to fill it all up today. I am coming to your house. I sense that right now you feel a tug on your heart. You feel like whilst you were scrambling, trying to get to God, God Himself is saying, I'm coming for you. I'm not just going to give you a snippet or a picture. I'm coming into your life, into your mind, into your world, and I'm going to turn everything around. Now, you might be at a point where you're trying to make a decision right now. All you have to do is to follow the link beneath this video. And I trust that every shortage in your life will be filled, not with your own efforts, but with a superabundance of God's grace and God's glory. And as I'm able to move from one portion of land to another through this bridge, you'll be able to navigate the realms of divinity and the realms of humanity with the fullness of the grace and the glory of God. I hope you believe that, because I believe that with you and for you. Remember that Jesus bridges the gap. He's the eternal mediator that will never fail. Whatever you do, stand in faith, grow in faith, and keep sharing your faith, because Jesus unlocks new experiences.
June, Jesus unlocks new experiences. A 30-day experience with the greatest person ever. Visit www.askdammy.com/June.